Welcome to the Fever. This week we're in central Alberta hunting bull moose. I was lucky enough to draw a bull moose tag this year in our favorite zone to hunt moose and deer in. So we've had trail cams in here before and we've had some really good bulls on camera, so I'm just going to put one up here. We just cleared a spot with the weed whacker of grass and stuff, so we'll get the stealth cam on the tree here, leave it for a couple weeks, and start to inventory some bulls. It's just a couple days before season opens for archery in Alberta. September 1st is the opener. I'm just out today driving around in the area I was drawn for moose. Just covering some ground, touring around, seeing if I can find something big. I got a bunch of trail cams out. I checked those today. A couple maybe mid 30-inch bulls. Nothing to get too excited about, but definitely a lot of moose in the area, so hopefully driving around here I can get my eyes on something, worth chasing. I'm going to be a little picky with the bow because in November it does open for rifle here, so I can switch to rifle in November and things get a little easier then. But hoping to find something in the mid to high 40s. Anything above 50 would obviously be a bonus. But yeah, I'm just going to get touring around and hopefully find a big Alberta bull. There's lots of moose in the area, so it does not surprise me to stumble upon her. But I'm looking for her grandpa or dad. Driven around for about half hour. I just came across my first moose of the day. Just a young cow out in the cut canola here. A lot of moose in this area. We've hunted here a lot of years, so we know kind of generally where the moose are. So hopefully I can come across her dad or grandpa, but good to see you nonetheless, and keep pressing on and hopefully find the bulls. Just seen another young bull and a cow. Just coming out of velvet. Oh, the moose are definitely starting to rut. That's a young bull right on a cow's rear. Called them kind of towards the truck and they're not in the least bit afraid of me. I'm gonna have a little more fun with them here and see how close I can get. Right now they're about 60 yards maybe. Found a small bull with two more cows. I thought I'd seen a fourth one. Might have went in the bush, I'm not positive. I was cruising by and when I backed up I only could see three, but I thought there was four when I first glanced over. But anyway, a lot of moose tonight. Excited to have a tag in my pocket. It seems like the small bulls are already out of velvet, so the big ones I seen on my trail cam just from a couple days ago, they're still holding their velvet, so it seems like the big guys still have velvet, the little guys are already out or coming out of it. Anyway, I'm going to proceed on and try and find a bigger one. It'd be pretty awesome if I could find a big bull still in velvet to shoot, but keep pressing on here and hopefully come across something bigger. Stay tuned.
The Fever is brought to you by APA Archery, Vortex Optics, Deluxe Wall Tents, Affordable Hydrovac, K&K Food Liner, and these other fine partners.
September 3rd today. Decided to take a walk in this area. We see a lot of moose. I was drawn for moose out here this year, so got my APA in hand, and we're just gonna make our way slowly along these little draws and thickets in this field and see if we can run into one. We've made it about, I don't know, 300 yards along the edge of the bush here, and we've come across a couple moose beds that we're seeing along the edge here. There's one right here, so it's a good sign that moose are in the area. We're just gonna keep working along these bushes here and draws and watch inside. I hope we catch one of the ones that's making these beds. We're just gonna stop for a minute. We just ran into a muley doe, so we're gonna stop here and have a drink, catch our breaths a little, and then continue on. Right now we're just sitting on a hilltop in an area we've seen a lot of moose in the past. Big slough bottom on both sides of us. And it's a little bit early to be doing any calling, but we'll throw out a few cow calls and just see if we can tweak anything's interest. But no luck on any bulls yet, but we'll find them eventually. We just spotted a good bull moose in a very stalkable situation, so we got set up here. Chance is going to operate the decoy. Matt's going to film me. We're going to go in, get downwind of him, and then hopefully be able to sneak within 60, 70 yards. He looked like a good bull. We didn't get a great look, but he's got to be in that mid 40 range. So we'll get set up here. Mark's going to film from afar. We'll get in there and try and get in bull range, so stay tuned. Hey Marky. Bulls just over this hill a little ways. The wind is swirling. The wind's all over the place, but generally going this way. So we're gonna get past them and then hopefully work in, and hopefully the wind will stay somewhat consistent.
Before the break, Kyle had spotted and began to move in on at least 2 bulls, one of which was definitely worth a closer look.
Going slow and checking it. Off this log pile, he's to the left of it. He's definitely not the one missing. Point to this bush, we're gonna wait. The fence is right there. Dude, Kyle, his antlers are red. I know. He's coming right towards us. Like right towards us. He is huge. It's a 50-inch bull, but is he gonna go left of this bush? He went no, he's gonna stay right. Dude, his paddles are massive. Like he's coming right towards us. He's coming right towards us. He's looking. Should we crawl up a little further? He's huge. Two big ones. There's two. There's a bigger one to the left. There, he just turns. Is he still coming? Oh my god, he's huge. The bulls are just over this hill here. The two small ones have worked their way past us. The two big ones are over the hill. The wind's not going right at them, but they were posturing to each other. And might be in a little bit of pre-rut action. So I'm going to spray this moose bomb. Just maybe to cover our scent a little bit. And who knows, maybe they'll entice him to come check it out. He's at least a 52, 53. The velvet one's way bigger. Oh yeah. Is that the one I noticed is really red? No, that's the other one. Yeah. The velvet one's way bigger. Yeah, way bigger. We got two big bulls. I got the draw. Whatever one comes close first is getting, hopefully get a shot.
Thinking that the two larger bulls were together, I was trying to find the big velvet bull with the camera when chance brought to my attention that Kyle had drawn back his APA.
So I got an arrow in that bull. He was about 70, 75 yards. I didn't even have time to range find him, but I guessed good on the range. Fine. The shot was slightly marginal. He did look like he was staggering a little bit when he came out in the field and stopped. We found the arrow. It got 3/4 penetration. He's bleeding good. So we're gonna just follow the blood to the bush line, mark where he went in the bush, and then back out and leave him for a few hours and come back in. So stay tuned.
Upon closer inspection, it was obvious that Kyle had hit the bull better than he realized. Based on the volume of blood and its spray pattern, we decided after about 40 minutes that it would be safe to take a closer look.
Here, he looks like he's down. We're gonna sneak up and be ready just in case he gets up. This is my first ever archery moose right here. Matthew Sturkle. Look at that thing! Oh, baby! He's dead. That is an accomplishment of my hunting career right here. That's a king bull. So after many years of entering for bull, I finally got drawn in the zone we always hunt in. We came out September 1st, had a mule deer camp mainly, and if I saw a good bull, I was going to take advantage of it. And sure enough, me and Matt leave camp this morning. We all slept in a little late, we're tired. Just as we turned right out of camp, we went about a 1/4 mile down the road, and across the road we seen, I believe this guy was the guy I seen first. He was just feeding. I'm speechless right now. I belly crawled the fence line. They were naturally feeding that way. He came on a little quick, so I had to didn't have time to range find him or anything. I just drew back my APA M32 twin flex here, and figured he was about 70. Put my pin where I thought it needed to be, shot, made a slightly marginal hit, but he was dead within 2 minutes of me shooting him. So I'm super pumped. I mean, look at this thing. Stripping his velvet, that's why we hunt. So the bar has been set. We have one more draw in the same zone, and Ryan, friend, will be up to bat now and seeing if he can top this. Either way, I'm sure he'll get a beautiful moose, and good things to come with the fever. Stay tuned for highlights in next week's episode.
For the latest updates and prize giveaways, follow The Fever on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Next week on The Fever, we're going to continue our hunt for Central Alberta bull moose with Ryan Friend.